Torah that Hashem said to Moshe, Daber el kol adas b'nei Yisrael v'yomartu aleim Kedoshim2. Speak to all the congregation of the children of Israel and say to them, you should be holy. Rashi comes along and says, Melamed shenemra parshazu b'hakel. This teaches us, Kol Adas B'nai Yisrael, all the congregation of the children of Israel, teaches us, shenemra parshazu b'hakel, that this portion of the Torah was stated in an assembly of Klal Yisrael. Everybody was present. So Rashi says, why? Why was everybody present? The majority of the essentials of the Torah are all in this parsha. That's the simple. The Chassidic Torah tell us, parsha shenemra parsha zu b'hakel. You think parsha means the portion? Parsha means precious, separation. It means, you might think that everybody should always be mizboded and talk to Hashem. But when you're together with many, many people, you might think that you can't really concentrate and talk to Hashem when you're in a congregation of many, many people. Comes along, no, the Chassidic Torah telling us, shenemra parsha, this separation, this is boidedus, this talking to Hashem can be even said b'hakel in an assembly. Even though there are many people around, you could tune yourself out and constantly talk to Hashem. Continuing with Chassidic gems on Parshas Kedoshim. It says in the Torah, Velohei masecha lo sasu lachem, and molten gods make not for yourselves. Don't make idols. Don't make them for yourselves. That's the simple. The Chassidic Torah are telling us, lochem always means your materialistic needs. Don't make your materialistic needs, lochem, don't make them into gods. Your materialistic needs. I met somebody recently, a young boy, 19, 20 years old, who his car is his life. His car is his life. He works and he saves up the money, and he's so proud that he has a car. Don't make your car into a god. Don't make all your materialistic needs into your god. Be involved in spiritual things should be what your life revolves around. The pasuk continuing with Chassidic gems and Parshas Kedoshim, V'chi sizbechu zevach shlomim l'Hashem. When you offer a shlomim korban, an offering to Hashem, lirtzoinchem tizbachuhu. This is not a simple pasuk. For your will shall you offer it. What does that mean? Rashi brings down various interpretations. One of the interpretations that Rashi brings down, when you offer, when you slaughter, when you shecht a korban, it should be with kavanah, with your ratzon, with your intent. But if you're playing with a knife, when you're throwing a knife up and down, or you're just throwing a knife and you happen to slaughter the animal with that, in other words, you had no intent to offer to slaughter this animal, to shecht this animal, to offer it as a korban, it's puzzle. It doesn't work. That's the simple. The Chassidic Torah are telling us about a new korban that we never heard of. Ritzoinchem means your will. Your will, like the Yetzer Hara tells you to do something that you can have a lot of pleasure from, a lot of gain from. And the Rebbeinu Shalom says in the Torah, no, you're not allowed to do it. So, Batel Ritzayincho, like it says in Pirkei Avos, nullify your will to do the will of Hashem. Tizbachuhu, offer your will as a korban, as a sacrifice to Hashem. A new korban. Do what Hashem wants, not what you want. Continuing with Chassidic gems on Parshas Kedoshim. It says in the Torah, Lo yisamed al dam re'echa. Don't stand idly by the blood of thy neighbor. Which means that, Rashi explains, if you have an opportunity to save somebody's life, for instance, somebody is drowning in a river, or wild beasts or robbers come upon him, don't stand idly by. If you can save him, try to do something to save him. That's the simple. The Chassidic are talking about what kind of blood. If somebody wants to, if A wants to embarrass B, this is also included in standing idly by the blood of your brother. Because when a person is embarrassed, his blood gushes, he changes colors and he feels badly. So, don't stand silently by if you can help to avoid this person from being embarrassed. Continuing with Chassidic gems on Parshas Kedoshim. It says in the Torah, Hoicheach toichiach es amisecha. Rebuke your friend. If you see your friend is doing something wrong, so it's a mitzvah of the Torah to rebuke him and put him on the right track. Of course, you have to do it in a manner that it doesn't embarrass him, that it doesn't hurt him. That's the simple. Hachiach techiach, rebuke es amisecha, your friend. Chassidic Torah tell us, when you rebuke others, you should also include your friend that's mentioned in Pasuk. Who's your best friend? Who is your best friend? Yourself. So the Torah is saying here, when you rebuke others, include yourself too, that you should also be in that rebuke. Don't just rebuke somebody else, but rebuke yourself too. Okay, we're going to make a sikum, summary of all the hashkafas, the Torah viewpoint, the Torah outlook that we learned from the aforementioned Chassidic gems. First, we said that everybody should speak to Hashem, be mizboded, and you don't think you can't do it when you're between many people. You can. Even between many people, you could tune yourself out for that minute or two or three that you want to speak to Hashem. We also said that don't make your materialistic needs into a god. You know, if a person has some materialism, he has some gashmias, okay, don't make it into a god. That's not what life is all about. The next thing we said was a new korban to Hashem. We have to make a new offering to Hashem. That if the Yetzer Hara tells us, our evil inclination tells us, do an Avera, do something wrong. Oh, you'll have so much pleasure from it. You'll have so much, it'll be so wonderful. But Hashem says no. Hashem says you're not allowed to do it. Then nullify your will to do the will of Hashem. We also said, don't stand idly by. Don't stand idly by for the blood of your friend. Not only it doesn't only mean if somebody is drowning and you could help, you should do something about it. But it means even if somebody is about to be embarrassed or is being embarrassed, do whatever you can to alleviate that rush of blood that's going through his victim's body. And last but not least, we learned that you should rebuke your friend in a nice way. Don't make him feel badly, but include also your friend. And who is your friend? You. You are your own best friend. So rebuke others, but when you rebuke others that they have to improve here, they have to improve here, they have to improve there, include yourself, see where you're holding in what you're telling them to improve on. Hashem should help us. We should be zeicha to fulfill all these hashkafas haTorah. Amen v'yamin.